welcome to week 2 of Your Life is as Good as Your Mindset. We're having a workshop here to really help you understand why the results you have in your life are entirely created by the way you think, the beliefs you have. They all play into the results you get, and we're working through that in this 5-week workshop. So last week, what we talked about was all about how to feel better right away, and we talked about how all of the circumstances in our lives, whether that be our weight, how much money's in the bank, what job we have, what our husband said to us yesterday, all of those are completely neutral circumstances. That means they're not positive, they're not negative, they just are, and they only become charged with positive and negative feelings until we think a sentence about it that makes that so. So we have been exploring this idea that, well, if all of our circumstances are neutral, and we have control over the way we think, we have control over our results by changing our thoughts and by really having a different outlook on life and choosing to perceive things in a way that is true and believable that gets you the results you want. If we haven't met before, my name is Tanessa. I am a life coach and I help people get the exact results they want, make the decisions that get them where they need to be, the transformations in their lives that are impactful and meaningful and that really start to move you forward. And it's about all that mental weight that we carry around that feels very heavy when we feel like the world is happening to us. Well, I'm going to teach you how to take that back today. So the topic of today specifically, and how I've structured this workshop, is we talked about how all the circumstances in our lives are completely neutral. We know that. Now I'm going to teach you how 3 specific examples that I hear from my one-on-one clients all the time completely affect our ability to get results. And they are so common. I hear it all the time. Today is all about, those times where you're like, oh my God, I've tried everything. Nothing's working. I'm doing everything right. Nothing's working. So that's what we're going to tackle today. And I'm going to teach you how to get out from under that excuse so you never think it again, because it is one of the most insidious excuses that we use that completely stop us in our tracks. So how I'm going to be doing that is I'm going to be teaching you how to work through that and understand why you're getting the results you're getting by teaching you how to work through the model. And as we talked about the model last week, this is something that my mentor created, and I find it's a really brilliant way to organize just how things exist in the world. So if you think about this, we're going to just do a really brief overview of what we talked about last week. C stands for your circumstances. So those are the facts in the world that you and I can both agree on, meaning it's not flavored or colored by opinion or our thoughts. They're just the facts as they show up in the world, meaning I'm standing here right now. My jacket is gray. It's sunny out today. Thoughts, these are the sentences we have in our head. Feelings, these are the emotions or the vibrations we feel in our body as a result of the things we think. So we think there's circumstances in the world. We have thoughts about them. Those thoughts cause the feelings in our body. When we have those feelings, they either drive the actions or inactions. So A stands for actions that we're taking. And ultimately, we know that the actions we take on a daily basis or don't take create the results in our lives. So I'm going to start teaching you over the next couple weeks how certain thoughts we have can completely affect our results and how you can do something different with it. So the example that I'm going to be using today is weight. Now I want you to think about this. You could plug any neutral circumstance into your circumstance line. That's your C line, okay? So this could be what you're currently earning in your business, what your job is, your relationship status, what your goals are right now. Anything that is completely neutral that doesn't have a charge. I'm going to choose this one here because I know that a lot of us can relate to this idea if we ever had a fitness goal or a health goal. So this could be dress size, this could be inches down. I'm just going to keep it simple. So let's use the circumstance that our body weight is 170 pounds. There's nothing wrong with that. It is completely neutral. It is not good, it is not bad. There's nothing associated with it until we think a thought that makes that stressful or really exciting because maybe you're down 10 pounds. So we have a neutral circumstance of 170 pounds. Now, the specific thought we're going to be working with today is I've tried everything. So I've tried everything. So ask yourself right now, no matter what struggle you've come up with before, whether you're working through conflict in a relationship or whatever that be, I've tried everything. We like to really romanticize this concept. No, you don't understand. I'm doing everything right. I'm going to all of my workouts. I'm eating all the right foods. I'm taking my measurements, I'm not eating sugar, all of these things. When we say, I've tried everything, but I still can't lose weight. So let's just say that this person had a goal weight of 140 pounds that they wanted to reach. Now that's 30 pounds away, and maybe they're already down 10 to 20 pounds, but it's stopped. They've plateaued. They're not seeing the results they want anymore. And we start thinking, I've tried everything. Like, I'm literally doing everything. I'm exercising. I'm not cheating. I'm stopping eating after whatever time. And I'm only eating this for breakfast and blah, 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 blah. All of these things, we think, I've tried everything. We get into that headspace. So now I want you to think that when you're really in the headspace of, I've tried everything, how does that make you feel? Like, actually, when you think, I've tried everything, I know what comes up for me is fed up. There's so many things that you could put in this F, the feeling line. Fed up. Some people feel frustrated. Some people feel overwhelmed. Some people feel hopeless. But I really want you to zone in on what is that feeling that comes up when you think to yourself, like, I've tried everything. I've tried everything. Nothing's working. I've tried everything. So I feel fed up. But now, here's what I want you to think. When you are in that place of feeling fed up, like, oh, I tried everything. What are the actions you're likely to take? Now, really get into what fed up feels like. To me, fed up just feels like a tightening in my stomach. There's kind of a quickening. My breath feels really short. I'm just frustrated. I feel a little bit of buzzing in my head. That's what fed up feels like to me. Now, when I feel fed up, what actions do I take when I feel fed up? Well, what the actions are likely, if you're feeling that you think you're doing everything you can and nothing is working, you probably start slacking, for one. So you're like, what the heck? I'll just have this one donut. It doesn't make a difference anyways, right? Like, nothing's working. What's the difference? I might as well just enjoy my food. We skip workouts. We skip our workouts. So you just think, I'm really tired and I need a day off anyways. It's fine. You start making excuses. You start having a pity party for yourself, like, oh, why? I'm doing everything right. These are the actions that come from the feeling of fed up. You're inconsistent, meaning you're on, you're off. You probably get all the way till Friday or Thursday and you're like on a roll. And then the weekend comes around, you get invited out for dinner with friends, or maybe, someone offers you food that you weren't really planning on eating, or an event that makes you skip your workout and it starts getting inconsistent. You fall off track on the weekend. You're like, whatever, it's fine. It's not like I'm losing weight anyways. I'll just start again on Monday. And we do this over and over again. So that thought of I tried everything is leading to these actions. Slacking, skipping workouts, inconsistent, lots of excuses, and pity. And I see this so often. And then what happens, the result. Think about this. When you take these actions here, what kind of result are you going to get? So there's one that we like to think about already. You can tell that, no, weight loss. Right? We think that that's the result, and it is, right? If you're inconsistent, you're skipping your workouts, you're slacking, you're going to stay at that weight. And here is the fascinating thing. This result, you're not losing weight. You go and say, look, see this thought? Totally right. I have tried everything. It's not working. Look at all these things I'm doing. But the worst part about it all is the result that you get is this. You think you've tried everything. Now, this is a sentence I do not let my clients believe. I do not let my clients think or say to me or come up with, because my cat's running around. So here's why I don't let that happen. When you literally think you've tried everything, your brain is completely shut off to coming up with solutions. Your brain is shut off with coming up with answers. You have basically decided that everything I'm doing is enough. There couldn't possibly be anything else. So you shut yourself off from coming up with other solutions. So I always like to say, let's not say that, because there's no way you've tried everything. Like, what have we really tried? Like, if you really listed all of the things that you have tried to lose weight, where would you be? You'd probably come up with a list of maybe 10. Some of us might get to 20. But realistically, that's not everything. But because you're telling yourself, well, I've tried everything, nothing is working, you get fed up, you slack off, skip your workouts, no weight loss, And the worst part, like I said, is you actually think you've tried everything. You stop coming up with solutions and you guarantee that this is right. You've basically proven that you're not going to lose any weight because you have tried everything. And what's the point in keeping trying? So I want you to notice this. This is neutral. It has nothing to do with feeling fed up or frustrated. Your weight has nothing to do with feeling overwhelmed or a lack of confidence. It is always your thought. This thought, I've tried everything, is making you feel fed up, and it is ultimately creating the result for you. So I really want you to see that, because one of the most powerful things that you can do is understand how this works. Because here's something I want to show you. We like to think this. We like to think this result of no weight loss, our result, causes us to feel fed up. We like to think, well, I'm not losing weight, that's why I'm fed up. Wouldn't you be fed up? We like to think that's the problem. And when you don't know and you don't understand that your thought is the problem, you don't think your thinking is the solution. Look at this. Your circumstance is neutral. The only reason you have a problem with it is because you think you've tried everything and you're not losing more weight, or you want to lose more weight. This thought causes you to feel fed up. The result of not losing weight does not cause you to feel fed up. This is the way everything works in getting your results. It does not jump around and go backwards like that. So now that we know this, and we're like, if we know that this is neutral, and I've tried everything, it's actually creating the result of no weight loss. It's not me feeling fed up. It's not all this. What if I just thought something different, right? Now here's the thing. Here's where I think a lot of personal development gets a bit of a bad rap. It's because what we like to think is like positive mantras. I can do it. I'm amazing. I'm going to lose all the weight. And it's the reason that that doesn't work, and I'm going to call BS on that, is because it's not believable. You don't believe it. I don't believe it. So thinking like, I'm going to lose all of my weight easily. If that doesn't feel true for you, don't say our thinking isn't going to work from that. We have to put a thought that is believable in our T line, our thought line, okay? So I really want you to think. We're going to say this is our model that's not working. So we're going to create one that does work. So if our weight is 170 pounds and we have a goal of 140 pounds, and we know thinking I've tried, and you're on a plateau, we know thinking I've tried everything is not working for you. So what are the thoughts you could have here? I always like to think of thoughts like, there might be things I haven't tried yet. It is working, it's just slow. There's a lot of thoughts we can do that are believable, but there is something that I really like to insert in the front of the thought that makes it a nice little like transition, and it's this. It's possible. Okay? So how about this? It's possible that what I'm doing is working. Or honestly, whatever thought feels believable to you. It's possible there are more things to try. It's possible I haven't tried everything yet. Because by putting it's possible in front of something, it takes it from being what I'm doing is working. Because right now your brain's like, no it's not. Look at all this evidence I have. No weight loss. It's not working. Those thoughts aren't believable. But we know that everybody's body loses weight differently. We cannot see increases in muscle mass relative to losses in body fat. And we know that all the changes aren't on the scale. There's measurements. We also know that because everybody's body fat releases fat at different rates, our bodies might just be hormonally designed to hold on to weight hold on to weight more than other bodies. Or perhaps your body loses weight and plateaus, but because you've never made it through that plateau, you don't know that that next drop is coming. Like, I can't tell you how many clients I've worked with that'll lose 5-6 pounds, hold for 3 weeks, despite not changing anything and doing everything right. But they'll hold for 2 to 3 weeks, and then they'll drop to 6-7 pounds, and then they'll hold again. But most people don't make it through that plateau because they start doing this. I've tried everything, no weight loss. And they give up, and all their actions become inconsistent. So what if what you're doing is working? What if it's let's just entertain the idea that that might be possible, that what you're doing is working. And if that thought doesn't feel true to you, pick one that does. And the best way to do that is adding, it's possible that what I'm doing is working. It's possible. Now I want you to think, when you think it's possible that what I'm doing is working, how does that make you feel? So I know for me that anytime I go into possibility, it kind of feels exciting. I had one client tell me that the thought that it's possible that what I'm doing is working gave her hope. And that emotion to her was really profound and really impactful. So for me, if I thought, well, you know what, I might not be seeing results today or this week, but you know what? It's possible that what I'm doing is working. It's possible. All right? I feel excited. So I show up for my workouts, right? I stay on plan. I stay consistent, right? I generate motivation. Okay? I notice that. When I feel excited about, achieving my goals, I show up. I'm the person I want to be. I stay committed. And I understand that. And when you consistently show up and you stay on your nutrition plan and you hit your workouts, despite not seeing that scale move because you really believe it's possible that this might be working, what happens? The result is you break your plateau. Because if you're doing healthy whole foods and you don't believe you've tried everything, so you're still open to the other action you might be is try something new. Something new. So you break your plateau because you're consistent, you try something new, you're not stuck in your old ways, you don't believe that you've done absolutely everything, and the result is you break that plateau and you lose your weight. But the best thing is, yes, you might plateau and yes, you might lose weight, but the ultimate result that comes from this is this. It's freaking working. It works. It works. So the thought you have directly affects the result. So think about this. We're going to go through this one more time. Your weight is 170 pounds. You want it to be 140. You've been in a plateau for 3 weeks. Instead of going here, you go here. It's possible that what I'm doing is working, okay? You get excited. You show up. Maybe you try some new things. You read some new books. You watch a couple videos. You read a new blog. You stay on your plan. You get motivated. You break your plateau. You lose weight. And ultimately, the result in your life is that it's working. And you break through that plateau. This is how it works. I'm going to tell you one more big mistake that I see clients make. They like to do this. Weight is 170 pounds. So they think, I've tried everything. And they feel fed up. And they don't like to feel fed up. They want to feel excited, right? So they just think, well, what if I just change from here down? Or what if I just change from here down? So I want you to think about this. This is what I see sometimes my clients doing. They really do believe, well, I have tried everything and I really don't like feeling fed up. So I'm just going to take these actions over here. I'm just going to, willpower and force myself to show up, stay on plan, generate motivation for myself, stay consistent. But have you ever, been taking actions and it feels like a grind and it feels like everything in the universe is pushing against you? It's frustrating and you don't know why you can't get into routine and you're not enjoying it. And it feels just like nails on a chalkboard. It is because you have decided that you're going to keep your old crappy thoughts, but you want to take actions from over here. And it always feels incongruent and it never produces the result you want because your thoughts always show up in your results. If you think you've tried everything, you think you've tried everything, no weight loss. If you think it's working, and you break your plateau. And we've already talked about why. But I really want you to understand, if you have crappy emotions going on in your life for any circumstance, the way to change them is not to start doing actions from a different model. The way you change how you feel is not from changing your actions. Remember, your results don't create your feelings. Changing your actions don't put you over here. You need to work from this way. So I want you to think about the circumstances you have going on in your life. We've already talked about this. It might be your business, your bank account, your weight, your health goals, your children, whatever it is. Neutral circumstance. What are you thinking about that circumstance? When I say weight is 170 pounds and you come up with all of your thoughts, I want you to think, how are those creating your results? Now, working on one thought at a time, I want you to really see how it's causing your results. And then I want you to see what thought, believable thought, and if it's not believable, go back to the drawing board, get a new thought. What thought might you have? And even if it means adding it's possible to make it mostly believable, what thought could you choose to think and believe instead? They're both believable. Right now you're believing I've tried everything, but it's also possible that it's working right now. If they're both believable, why not put some energy and effort into believing what gets you your results? You have the capability as a human with our beautiful prefrontal cortexes to choose the sentences that go on in your head. Believe it or not, it is very true. The reason it feels impossible is because we've been thinking the same thoughts our whole lives. They are habitual, they are routine, they feel like who we are. But in fact, at any moment you can say, that's it. I am no longer going to tell myself I've tried everything. And you go to work on believing this. You put it on the back of your phone. You write it on your mirror in the morning. You think it to yourself when you wake up, because the alternative is this, and I can tell you right now, this is not working. So what if it was possible that what you were doing is working, and you took actions from feeling excited? Take actions from this thought instead of this thought, and you will start creating the results you want. So today has been all about how to get over that garbage thought of I've tried everything, nothing is working. Because we see right now that that's why you have the results you have, and exactly how I would coach one of my clients on how to change that thought or how to shift my belief so that I start getting the results I want. So this has been week 2 of Your Life is as Good as Your Mindset. Because it really is. Your mind creates the results in your life, and the results in your life make up the quality of your life. We get one life. Why not choose to think something that creates the life you actually want to be living, right? So we have 2 more weeks of this kind of thought work coming up. Next week, we're going to be talking about dealing with other people's opinions. So I am sending out a newsletter on Monday all about how I learned how to stop caring what everyone thinks. And genuinely, it was the most freeing thing. So I'm going to share with you my experience in the newsletter on Monday. And then on Thursday, we are going to do all of this with other people's opinions. When other people criticize you, when other people put you down, when other people don't like what you're doing or they don't like you. I'm going to teach you how to do that and how you can start literally saying goodbye to all of those drama thoughts and feelings we have about when other people have opinions about us. It's totally fine. So that's this week. If you want to get on that newsletter, just either message me or leave me a comment below, and I'll make sure you get on that newsletter list so you can get that email for Monday. The next week after that, we're pushing past the excuse of I don't have enough time to do all the things I need to do to achieve my goals. I just don't have enough time. Garbage excuse. Let's talk about it then. And then on the last week, week 5, we're going to talk about how to do this on your own, how to learn how to self-coach yourself, and the power of really understanding that your life is as good as your mind. And like I said, if this is inspiring to you and you know what you need to work on, send me a message, make it really quick. We can jump on a call and talk about if working together one-on-one with stuff like this can really speed up the transformation you're experiencing in your life, because I know firsthand my clients have grown businesses. They've improved relationships with their husbands. They've lost 40 pounds. The results that come from understanding your mindset are so impactful, and I'd love to be the one to help you with your transformation and help you get those results. So just send me a message if that's something you want to chat about. But otherwise, I will see you next week, Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time right here, and we are going to be talking all about other people's opinions. So thanks so much. Leave your comments below. Don't forget to hit like and share with a friend if this content has been valuable for you. And and I will see you next week. Bye.